Hey, this is a book that like everyone needs, called No Longer Strangers by Dr. Booker. And I'm just gonna spiel from it for a second. New Testament statements about the Torah. This is on page 154 under Judaism and Christianity. Ron Mosley identifies the following 12 statements from the New Testament that the New Testament makes about the Torah. Romans 2:23. The hearers of the law are not justified before the Lord, but the doers of the law will be justified. Number 2. Paul taught the Ephesians that the promises of God come out of the law and that they were to obey them so things could be well with them and that they may live long on the earth. See Ephesians 6:2-3, Exodus 20:12, Deuteronomy 5-16. Hebrews 10:6. The writer of the book of Hebrews confirms that this is the same covenant with God's law that he promised to renew by writing it on our hearts and our minds. James 2:11 to 8-26. Here James reminds us that if we commit sin, we are actually transgressing the law. 1 John 2:3-4. This explains that by keeping the Lord's commandments, we know that we know Him. 1 John 3:22, it says that we have our prayers answered because we keep the Lord's commandments and do those things pleasing in His sight. 1 John 3:24 mentions as we keep the commandments, God will dwell in us and we will have assurance through His Spirit. 1 John 5:2-3, by keeping of God's commandments, we know that our love of God and His children is real. Number 9, 2 John 6. This definition of biblical love is to walk after God's commandments. Revelation 22:14. Only those who keep the Lord's commandments will have right to the tree of life. James 1:25, referring to the Old Testament, the Hebrew Scriptures, the only law available. James says, whoever looks into the perfect law of liberty and continues therein, being not a forgetful hearer, but a doer of the work, shall be in his deed. And number 12, 1 John 2:4. The man who says he knows the Lord but does not keep His commandments is a liar, and the truth is not in him. Yeah, I thought these were going to be verses. Apparently I didn't read this thoroughly, but those are good snippets. Those are summaries, so look at those verses and see what it really says. I'm sure it's going to be great, because this book is great. Again, get this book. I'm pushing it. I think that might be illegal. Are you allowed to do that? Well, I'm pushing it anyway. Get this book.